Taxi vlog 154. It is the 25th of April, 4 months after Christmas. Oh, I got 100% GPS. What do you know? Book. Yeah, alright. We're in business. Sorta. Alright. How have things been the last week? So now it's a Monday night. Last week, Monday night was really nothing special. I think I took home maybe $40, $50. Tuesday surprisingly was good. I didn't even have to go to the airport, and I had a good night. It was just flowing smooth. It was steady. That's really nice. Then I had 2 days off, Wednesday, Thursday, then a Friday, Good Friday. And I gotta tell you something about Good Friday. Good is not the right word to describe it. In fact, there's usually nothing good about Good Friday, and I've worked through, I don't know, 17 or 18 of them. Maybe I had a couple of them off in the last 18, 19 years. But every one that I have worked has not been that good. I'll tell you why. Is when people have a long weekend, they treat the Thursday as if it were a Friday. So the busy night was Thursday. In fact, I talked to another driver who said it was phenomenal. He did about $400 in 8 hours. He came out here for 8 hours, made $400. So okay, so I missed that one. That happens when you take Wednesdays and Thursdays off. You're gonna have a busy one every now and then that you'll miss. So what? I got the other 5 nights of the week, and if something busy happens on any of those other nights, I take advantage. So it's a kind of business where you give and take. You know, you lose some, you win some. That's how it works out. Sometimes people don't pay you. Sometimes you get a good tip. That's how it works out. It's the ebb and flow. It is the good and the bad, and you take it and lump it and live with it. Deal, okay? So, yeah, it wasn't good. It was quiet enough to be boring, but busy enough to be annoying, in that I have this really good book I'm reading here. Dies the Fire by S.M. Stirling, one of my favorite authors these days. It's about a post-apocalyptic thing, but I'm not going to talk about that because that's not what this is about. This is a taxi vlog. Yeah, so I'd have my book and I'd start reading, and just as I'm getting into reading about what's happening in the book, beep, I get a call. So I have to put the book down and go get the call. And then get another call, Then I get back to my parking lot and start to read again. I read a couple pages and start getting into it again, and beep, I gotta go get another call. And you know, if you're gonna make any money on a Friday or Saturday, because it's a $130 lease on the car, if you want to make any money on those nights, you have to be one after another going, or lucking out and getting long ones. So, yeah, Good Friday, not so good. Now the Saturday was going better. I came out Saturday night and I had, you know, my second call was a long one out to from town, went out to Brentwood Bay, and I got another one. This little girl was going into town Saturday night from out that way. So I got one going out of town and one coming back in, which was nice. Very nice. I think I scored $75 on those two fares, like, you know, within an hour. Fantastic. You don't do $75 an hour in town. You just don't. You do 50 if it's really good and really busy. And the nice thing about that is it's a long drive, not too many stops. You're just out on the open road, and the meter is ticking over and ticking over and ticking over. You're making money. So the rest of the night was going pretty good. I did all right, and then around 3 o'clock, everything sort of crashed. Now, I could have gone downtown and grabbed a few straggler waivers, but, you know, they've been drinking all night, and usually it's young kids who don't know how to drink, and they get in the car, and they're kind of mouthy, and yeah, I don't like dealing with, you know, I've probably said this before, when I'm old enough to be their dad, they're going to disrespect me. Fuck that. So, Saturday night turned out, meh, okay, I did alright. Wasn't great by any stretch of the imagination. It was a little bit soft for a Saturday. But the Sunday night, last night, I came out and I started to work, and it was a comfortable, regular, steady pace. And, you know, it was not so quiet to be boring and not so busy to be stressful. It was a beautiful night. Last night was a beautiful night. I watched some 40 videos in between calls, and when the calls were going on, I did them, and at about, you know, 4:30, I got a time call in Zone 88, which was a little close to the airport. But thanks to going around a whole bunch of roundabouts, the meter ticked a little more than it used to before they put that crap in. And I kind of understand what they're on about with the roundabouts, even though they're confusing as hell, and I can imagine old people not knowing which way to go. I think the idea behind the roundabout is that if you have a collision, it's not a head-on collision. If you have a collision, it's going to minimize the damage because everybody is going in the same direction. That's what I think the reason is behind the roundabouts. And it also adds on to the meter because if you're going around something, you're going a greater distance than if you're going straight through. So it adds to the meter. It ticks over some more. It makes a little bit more money. And she wanted to pay with her Visa, and I said, well, you know, if you pay with your Visa, you're putting my money in somebody else's bank account, and then he owes me. That's a hassle. But if you give me cash, you know, it goes directly in my pocket, and then I can spend it and stuff, and I got to go to the drugstore and get my meds, you know. She said, oh, okay, here's cash. Gives me the cash, and then she said, oh, I can't get air miles on that. Well, I'm sorry. You know, I'm sure that you can use your credit card for everything else besides a taxi. And they'll accept it, and they'll be cool about that. But me, I'm a business, yes, but I'm a small business. And she said, oh, she said, so it costs you to process these things. Well, yes, it does. In a way, it does. It doesn't cost me money to process it. It costs me time. It costs me anxiety, especially near the end of the month when I got to pay the rent. If my money is in somebody else's bank account rather than mine, then I can't use it to pay my rent. Something like that. Yes, I know I can beg the owner of the cab, but, you know, I can't be bothered when I'm coming to work. And I can't be bothered when I've done working all night and I'm tired. I just want to go home. I don't want to go in for coffee or something. Where are we? Taxi vlog 154. Yeah. So, yeah, you know, springtime is getting a little bit more here. We're almost, you know, in 2 or 3 weeks we'll start doing the camping season. Just about time, because I'm kind of running out of footage for putting videos together. Well, kinda. I mean, I got enough to make videos for a couple months, but for me that's not much. Yeah, Easter, like I was saying, is really a non-item. The only thing, you know, I called my mother and sister up for Easter on Sunday morning and wished them a happy Easter. And they said that they will do some egg fights for me. That's when you break the eggs against each other, and the egg that gets cracked, the loser has to eat it. It's an old Austrian tradition. I don't know if they do it in other places in the world, but it's part of our heritage that we keep on going. So we've got, you know, ham and eggs and raisin bread and horseradish and traditional Austrian Easter breakfast, which I, of course, don't really do because, well, I just just don't do it. But I was there in spirit with them and with Dad, who used to color Easter eggs when we were growing up. Anyway, I'm off topic. The week turned out, fair to middling, okay. No real trouble from any customers that I can remember. I might have had a little bit of rough. Oh yeah, there was this one guy. I just remembered. I picked him up, and he was kind of drunk. And he was going home, and this was on the Friday night when I was not having a good time. It was just dragging on, and I'd had this one call to Walmart. Here's an idea what Friday night was like. Call to Walmart. No, it wasn't Walmart. Hell, I'm getting all mixed up. Okay, this vlog's going to be a little bit longer than I expected because I just remembered stuff. So on Friday night, I get sent to the drugstore. I was in my parking lot reading, and I got sent to the 24-hour drugstore, and I get there, and there's an old guy with a walker, and he's smoking a cigarette, and he's sitting on his walker next to the trash can, and his buddy is there too, and he's smoking a cigarette too, and he's motioning like this, to put my window down. So I put my window down. He says, "Oh, the woman's in the store. She went to return something, and she'll be out in a minute." So they finish their cigarettes and they get in the cab, and then we wait about 4 or 5 minutes, and then she opens the door, and instead of saying good evening or hello, how are you, "I hope you're not charging me for this." Oh, you twat. But okay, fine. So they want to go to somewhere that's like 3 or 4 blocks away, the guy with his walker and the woman who's being really cheap. So we get there, and it's like 6:20, and it's only 6:20 because we hit a couple of red lights on the way. Yes, the traffic lights are too close together in Victoria. So we're dropping them off, and she wants to go to the front entrance, and he wants to go to the back where the elevator, and she says, no, you can go up the ramp with your walker. And then I'm going to pay Interac. Oh, she's going to pay Interac. So we have to pull this fucking thing out again, and we have to start it up, and then, of course, she's going, oh, I don't know how to tip you on that thing. Oh, well, anyway, okay. And then she pulls the card out, and it goes beep, beep. Uh-oh, fuck. When the thing goes beep, beep like that, it means that something didn't work out. And it said on the machine, on the screen, card removed too soon. Do it again. So we had to do the whole thing again, and this time I told her, you press F4 to give me a tip if it's an amount, or F1 if it's a percentage. If you don't want to tip me, press F2. Okay, press F2. Don't want to tip me, fine. So she gave me like a 50-cent tip or something, and okay, cool. It's all good. We did that whole thing, and then yeah, things were good. Later on, I got this call. This one guy, I couldn't tell which house was the right one because there were bushes growing in front of every house, and nobody had their porch light on, and I couldn't tell what the address was, but I knew I was in the vicinity. And it happened to be in front of the right house, so I called the guy. He said, yeah, I'll be right out. And like 4 or 5 minutes later, he comes out, and he says, oh, I hope you weren't waiting too long. I said, well, not too long. I called you, and you came out. How long it was between me calling and you coming out. And he said, well, I had a lot to drink. I said, well, that's really good, So we were talking about stuff and on the way, and I was explaining to him, like I explained to nearly everyone, that I don't like Interac because it puts my money in somebody else's bank account instead of my pocket, and that's why I don't like it. And he says, well, that's all I got. Oh, wait, maybe I got some cash. Oh yeah, I got some cash. So he pulls out the cash, and we're going on, and he's saying, well, what's wrong? You seem to be on edge. I said, yeah, I'm having a crappy night. I'm dealing with assholes. I'm not making a lot of money out here. Good Friday is not such a good Friday, and on and on. And we get there, and finally he pays me, and he wants to walk a couple blocks, but I said, no, it's okay. Yeah, but I want to give you a tip. I said, don't worry about it. All the money goes to me anyway if you're giving me cash. Oh, I said, yeah, I pay to drive this thing. I'm not an employee, okay? If you pay me cash, I don't mind going an extra, block especially if it's $2 or $3 below what the amount is you've given me anyway. It's not a big deal. It's all right. It's cool. And he says, oh. And then at the end, as he's getting out, he says, you know what? You have a good night. You're a dickhead, but I like you. I said, well, my friend, you know, it takes one to know one. Hasta la vista, baby. Okay, well, we're almost to my little parking lot where I want to watch some videos, and I know I've gone on a little bit long this time because I sort of lost my thread halfway through and talked about Easter and shit like that. Anyway, hope yours is better than mine, and have yourselves a good week and stuff, and see you later. Bye.